Good morning, Year 1. Happy Wednesday. Today is the third day of us learning our story, Jack and the Beanstalk. And I just want to say a big well done to everybody for all their hard work in learning the actions and the words. It's been great to see all your work on Seesaw. Today we are going to role play our story. So now that we're really confident with our actions and our words, I want to see if we can put all of that into acting out the story. But first, we are going to act out the story using our actions and our words and our story map. We're going to go through the story from the beginning, the middle, the problem, the resolution, and the ending. So I need you to all be standing up. And then with a big, loud and clear voice, we are going to join in with the actions. We're going to have on the left me doing the actions, and on the right you're going to have the story map to help you know what comes next. Are we ready? Making sure you include your capital letters and your full stops. Let's go.
Once upon a time, there was a poor boy called Jack who lived with his mum in a ramshackle house. Full stop. One morning, they decided to sell their plumpest cow so they could have money for food. Full stop. Unfortunately, all he got for the cow was some big blue beans. Stop. When he arrived home, his mum was furious and threw them out of the window. Full stop. The very next day, the beans had grown into a towering beanstalk. Full stop. Jack climbed the beanstalk, and when he got to the clouds, he saw a hen laying golden eggs. Full stop. Suddenly, he heard fee-fi-fo-fum, and a huge, terrifying giant appeared. Full stop. Fortunately, clever Jack grabbed the expensive hen and raced back down to his house. Full stop. Jack and his mum were delighted because now they were rich. Full stop. They lived happily ever after. Full stop.
Now that we're really confident at doing our actions and our words, we are ready to act out the story. Now, unfortunately, because we are not at school surrounded by other children, we have to act this out at home by ourselves. We do not have enough people to have Jack, his mum, and the giant, and also the expensive hen. So instead, you are going to use anything you can find around your house to act out the story. Our last story, The Little Red Hen, people were so creative, getting your toys, making puppets, getting cuddly teddies, getting Legos, and using anything you can find around the house to act out the story. So I want you to do exactly the same for Jack and the Beanstalk. I want you to make sure you are using expression with your voice and trying really hard to act out the story. So here I'm going to show you how I acted out Jack and the Beanstalk at home. Before you act out your story, you want to make sure you have all the characters. So I've got Mum, Jack the cow, the expensive hen, my giant, and then you want to make sure you have a towering beanstalk, some magic beans. And then if you really want to challenge yourself, you can make some backgrounds for some settings. So here I have the clouds and the sky. I've got my market where Jack's going to sell his cow. And then I have got up here my setting where Jack and his mum lives. So you can either act this out on the floor, maybe you can stick it up on your walls and blue tack and act it out, or you can use some teddies or whatever you have at home to make sure you have all your characters, and then maybe have a background so you know where the story is being set. Once upon a time there was a poor boy called Jack who lived with his mum in a ramshackle house. One morning they decided to sell their plumpest cow so they could have money for food. Unfortunately, all he got for the cow were some big blue beans. When he arrived home, his mum was furious and she threw them out of the window. The very next day, the beans had grown into a towering beanstalk. Jack climbed the beanstalk, and when he got to the clouds, he saw a hen laying golden eggs. Suddenly, he heard fee, fi, fo, fum, and a huge, terrifying giant appeared. Fortunately, clever Jack grabbed the hen and raced down to his house. Jack and his mum were delighted because now they were rich. They lived happily ever after. So now it is your turn to act out the story. So using whatever you can find around your house. If you don't have anything, you can always make stuff out of paper if you want, and then you are going to act out the story from the beginning all the way to the end. And make sure you record a video and upload it onto Seesaw for your teacher to see. Once you have finished acting out your story, you are going to practice these spellings. Spellings are very important to practice because it always helps with our writing next week. Today's words are grown, beanstalk, climbed, clouds, laying. So we're going to practice writing down those words as an extra challenge. And if you want a super duper challenge, have a go at putting those spellings into sentences. I can't wait to see all your work on Seesaw. Off you go and good luck.